exciting opposition. Wales in their traditional red strip, Fiji in the white. And a campaign to launch for Warren Gatland's men.
Captain.
Ben Thomas launches the first kick of the game.
Hold.
Big goal clearance and a decision to be made about the potential quick line out. Huge boot from Frank Lamani. Very much a mainstay at 9 for the Fijians at this point in time. History, of course, weighing heavy on this fixture. Memories fresh from the thrilling World Cup meeting in Bordeaux last year. Wales squeezing through, Radradra dropping that ball right at the death over the line. And of course, we go back a few more years now. That sole Fijian win in Nantes in 2007. And Wales were bundled out of the World Cup. And Coach Gareth Jenkins was sacked that night. There is history, but there is the here and now. And Wales have the first penalty of the game. Stuart Warburton.
Afternoon, Ali. No, it's a good start. I mean, I saw Derry 8 run into that ball. They want to keep the tempo of this game up, try and work that forward pack, going straight to the maul straight away, try and take the legs away from Fiji and make a statement of intent of what sort of afternoon Fiji can expect. Good play from Wales, winning a penalty, and that's what Scotland did very well last week, albeit a very different team today, but Wales want to try and squeeze penalties and frustrate this Fijian team.
Needless to say, by contrast, the Fijian discipline let them down at Murrayfield, certainly in the first quarter against the Scots last week. Different personnel, yes, but that's a point that's been emphasised throughout the week by Mick Byrne, their coach. Wales on the attack in the 22. And it's Plumtree who's lifted highest. Man playing his rugby with the Scarlets, who've had a pretty decent time of it in recent weeks, and now they edge forwards through that driving maul. Griffin lends his weight at the back of it. Williams, eyes up. Thomas crashing forwards, brought down by Muntz, but the ball recycled at speed. And again, it's Plumtree there, driven back by Naithalevu. Wainwright. Excellent early pressure this from Wales. Lake, cut down by Ikanavere.
No hands.
Griffin through the gain line, through two Fijian tacklers as well. Options each way here. To the right they go. Williams, as those Welsh forwards come folding around the corner. Wainwright muscling it back.
Don't hold him.
Fiji's defence holding for now. Williams decides this is the moment.
Step back.
Wainwright again keeping it tight to the ruck and making good ground. Rowland's now held and held very effectively by Fiji, but turns and presents. Inch by inch at the moment. Wales tightly packed, all except Blair Murray. Here's Wainwright. Murray hugging the left-hand touchline and the ball heading in the other direction. Williams changing things up, and it's Dowie Lake again. Thomas.
First man.
Over the top comes Salawa. And Fiji turn the ball over just a couple of metres away from their try line. And Lamani gives that everything. He's gone down in a heap. Off the back of it, tricky bounce, and Murray's caught. And suddenly, Fiji playing their rugby in the Welsh half, and the follow-up from Vainikolo was superb. Outstanding chase. And a Fijian penalty after all of that. Wales not releasing the tackled player. And a huge passage of play finally draws to a close after some 4 minutes and countless phases. And the Fijians holding out. Lamani, I don't know whether that was a serious challenge or whether he's making a bit of a meal of that.
What a breathtaking start to this game. I mean, Fijians, we know all about them, but Wales have come with a real statement of intent. They've gone for maul and brawl before the Fijians can get into their flicks and tricks, and Fiji now get their first opportunity to attack.
Salawa, the open side, crosses that 22-metre line. Lamani swiftly onto it. Ranalagi, try scorer last week up at Murrayfield, driven back in the tackle. Naethalevu, very much the heartbeat of this Fijian side. He's had a tough time of it in recent weeks with the Sale Sharks, his transfer to the Gallagher Premiership, but in Fijian colours, so critical. Ikanaveri lays it up again. And now they move through the middle, and Randrandra frees up the arms, and Plumtree's got it. And Wales have secured turnover ball.
Use it!
It's a great game. We've basically had all the rugby played in Fiji's 22 and now Wales 22. They don't want to play in the middle of the pitch.
Williams' clearance, picks out Karawalevu. And here's Randrandra again. Expect the unexpected with this man. He is absolute dynamite. There it is, the flick to Lamani, out of the back door. And Naethalevu keeps it alive once again. Muntz needs the bulk of Nasila Sila to set the target again, but Wales working hard at the breakdown, Sam.
Yeah, both teams doing very well, actually, very patient. This is Randrandra. This is what we know his threat is all about. He's got such a brilliant offload game, and he doesn't get enough credit for how powerful he is and how direct he can be, taking on Maxwell at the start. But we'll see this plenty more today. This is what separates him from the rest. This is what Wales don't want. Wales don't want this frantic, chaotic, counter-attack type game, but both defences really well. Very patient, going for the ball. It's nice that the referee allowing that competition. But if you go multiple fades, if you're getting sloppy on your clear out, it's going to allow for that Jackler to get on that ball.
Gareth Hanscom driving Wales upfield via the boots. Man of the match in his last test against the Australians at the Rugby World Cup. He's had all kinds of injury troubles, but here steering the ship again. First big carry from Max Llewellyn. Hanscom sends it wide, little tip on, lovely from Thomas, and here come the Welsh, and Blair Murray screaming towards the line on debut. Speed of transfer, so quick from the Welsh, and Blair Murray, so new to Welsh rugby, just 6 outings for the Scarlets. He's a try scorer at the Principality.
It's excellent. The timing of running, the timing of the pass. How efficient is that from Llewellyn? This here for me, Ben Thomas, just how soft his hands are just to lift it into the pace, to create that extra player to release Blair Murray. You spent so many years wanting to play for your country, the opportunity comes, and within 10 minutes, at home, at the Principality, second touch, first international test try.
Well, there's a lot of chatter around Blair Murray. He was preferred on the left wing to Rio Dyer, and Warren Gatland has backed him, and in the early stages here, that's looking like a good decision. The conversion is strong. Wales lead by 7.
That's Ben Thomas's point of difference at 12. His attacking play is better than any of the 12 who's available to play for Wales at this moment in time. He's so good, ball in hand, linking up with his club teammate Mason Grady. Blair Murray, I think he's been such a shrewd signing from Scarlets, come across relatively unknown, only played for the Crusaders. You have to credit Dwayne Peel and the Scarlets coaching staff. Been really impressed with him. Great athlete, great finisher, really good basics. Really excited to see how he does for the rest of this game, but what a great start for him personally.
Use it now.
New Zealand born with a mum from the Rhondda Valley.
Yeah, grenade. Use it.
Williams, who's been exceptional for Gloucester in the Premiership to this point. Brilliantly claimed though by Karawalevu, and Plumtree's in there looking to stem the flow. Lamani to Randrandra, appearing at first receiver a lot. Here's to Asova, and Wales will be on red alert whenever he's on the ball. Such a powerful athlete. the Canaveri to the 10-metre line. Randrandra again seems to be orchestrating an awful lot for a man wearing 11 on his back. That's what we've come to know and love from him. They're playing with an advantage here, Fiji.
Up on there.
Wales not rolling.
You're on the way.
Yeah, saw this coming. Look at these rucks now. Wales have got a player on the wrong side. It was Dewi Lake on that occasion, but for the 3 rucks before that, Wales could have been pinged for the same thing. It's because the Fijian athleticism is so good for their ball carriers. They're getting their big men in the game early. They're winning those collisions, which means the Welsh players get on the wrong side. If they don't roll out the way straight away, it's going to be a penalty. Saw that one coming, so Wales just need to sharpen up those shoulders from a collision perspective, try and win a few more of those shots so they don't get caught on the wrong side. But that was well-earned penalty from Fiji.
A lot of people make the observation, which is accurate. Why are they on the wrong side? Well, being on the wrong side is just a consequence of not winning that physicality battle. If you've got Semi Randrandra running over the top of you, you're automatically on the wrong side, and then you're then fighting to get out the way. And this ref quite clearly wants a quick game, so you haven't got long on the floor.
Caleb Muntz, head down, drives through the ball and notches Fiji's first points of the afternoon. Wales 7, Fiji 3.
And by the way, we make it sound easy up here. It's so difficult because if you go for a one-man tackle, you're sort of freeing up that offload ability if you want to fill the front line. Then if you want to double up on them, then it's so difficult because then you're shortening up your numbers. So do you go one-man tackle, do you go two-man tackle? It's such a difficult thing. When the game's looser, that's even harder to predict again. And
of course, Sam, that's just the ball carrier, because of course there are concerns all around the offload, aren't there, as well? The power again on show from Tuisova, who drives just that little bit further for Fiji. Liana Vanua.
Available. Use it, please.
3 in the backfield for Wales. And touch is found very effectively, as it turns out. We spoke about the offloading game defensively for Wales. They're going to have to be very careful around the ball, not just with the ball carrier, Hugo. If those offloads are going to come thick and fast, you've got to make sure that you're there just in case those arms are freed up. This time it's Wales, though, on the march. Llewellyn crashing forwards. Excellent bit of work from him beyond the 10-metre line. Here's Griffin. Hasn't had much game time at all with Bath, but preferred at tight head this afternoon. Thomas. In comes Llewellyn again, already an influential figure. Murray, the try scorer. Slung round defensively. Beard holds it back. Little pop ball for Dewi Lake, but an excellent tackle from Fiji, and they drive on Wales through Rowlands.
Again, Fiji, they're such good. They're so good around the breakdown. I thought Wales actually looking really good in shape. Will Rowlands looked like he stepped out of shape a little bit there. Just picked and went on his own.
Just hearing the voice of Eric Gozin, our TMO. Fiji have been penalised here for, or will be, for tackling off the ball.
There is a tackle off the ball before the penalty, so I will reverse the penalty against your team for tackle off the ball.
Okay. We saw a lot of this in the opening weekend of the Autumn Nations between England and New Zealand, didn't we, Sam?
Yeah, I think that's a consequence of, I think, good shape from Wales. Adam Beard has got the ball in his hands because Wales have got numbers coming to the line. Fiji almost have to commit to those ball carries in case they get the pass from Adam Beard. So it's good attacking shape. Good attacking shape causes the defence to make wrong decisions and tackle the wrong player. So it's well picked out for the referee. Wales did step out of shape then, and Will Rowlands, as I mentioned, went on his own, so they got out a jail card there. But it's a good attacking shape initially from Wales.
It's also really lazy defending. I don't think it was that major a threat to then commit to make the tackle. Sometimes you take yourself out of that defensive line just by making that here, and all they've done is now put themselves under pressure. This will be Wales's third driving line out, and they've put them under pressure. So handing back over to that forward pack as Garavanscombe searches for this one deep into Fiji's 22.
So if you're Wales, you're saying whenever in that middle third of the pitch we're winning a penalty, conversely Fiji need to recognise when Wales are attacking around that halfway line. No penalties, so they're giving away attacking opportunities for Wales like this.
Up goes Beard, and the transfer is good. And Wales are driving onwards yet again through Llewellyn and Lake, so busy in the carry. Rowlands through the tackle of Thanakavata. Thomas, head down, not far away. Try line, beckoning, great line. Can win it. Wales have two. The timing of the run, the angle of the run.
It's excellent. That is 2 entries into the 22, 2 tries. TMO just intervening here. Have a look at this. Can win it. This is a race into the space between the two 15s and can win it.
Okay.
All eyes on Tommy Rafael.
Again, Ali, I saw a big clear out on Randrandra.
By 7 white, 7 red on the clean out.
Okay, 7 red on the clean out.
Okay, I will show you the angle now.
Yeah, this is first phase. Look at Randrandra, he's about to compete for the ball, and that's Raffle flies in. It's an aggressive clear out.
It's aggressive, is it foul play?
This is so tricky.
This is your best
Is
angle.
that contact? Is a foul play because the player is vulnerable in the ruck, and the red player take the risk to touch the head, so he meets yellow card threshold and no field review. Agree? 7
Agree
red.
with you.
Raffle's heading to the bin.
7. Number 7. Dangerous clean out. He touched the head contact, foul play. It's a yellow card threshold.
Well, that will go to the bunker for review. And because it happened in the build-up to the try will be chalked off.
Often slow-mo can make things look worse, but I tell you what, that at real play looked awful. It's a definite minimum yellow card. We could see this one get upgraded because it's come in with force and it is direct contact from shoulder to head.
Well, it's never a good time to lose a player, but Tommy Raffel quite obviously is the man Wales were looking to boss the breakdown and to cause havoc on the deck. Secure those turnovers, slow up Fijian possession. And now they're without him for 10 minutes at least.
There.
Thomas, who started both of the tests in the summer at fly half. He's in his preferred club position of inside centre this afternoon. Karawalevu gathers inside the 22.
Use it 9. No. Use it 9.
Lamani sets himself. Anscombe backpedaling. And Winnett waiting. Sets off with adventure.
Good counter-ruck.
Anscombe trying to get outside that Fijian defence, and they very nearly managed it, Thomas. But the chase from Naithalevu is strong. Here's Mason Grady, tackled by Tuasova. Wainwright.
Use it.
Lake on the carry. Already got through a mountain of work, not even through the first quarter of the match yet.
9, allow the access.
Chase is on, and off the warning from Luke Ramos against the Fijian escort runners.
You're on obstruction. 9 white.
Everything in the game, we want to be a contest. We've seen this a lot over the last couple of rounds. He's screaming at 9. That's Frank Lamani and that is to create an opportunity for that to be a genuine contest. He is there trying to shield the person trying to gather the ball, taking away the contest. That is the core value of our game, and well picked up and penalised there.
It's also a really good example of why they've changed or have begun to just enforce that law, because of the push. Because if you push somebody underneath somebody who's aerial, you can get some really nasty falls. People can land on their necks.
I don't need to push him. Thank you.
For all the competition, the safety is also critical. So that has allowed Wales this priceless field position. And a change being made as well. Mason Grady has gone off and Sam Costello is on. We understand that's an injury to his leg, so we assume that will be permanent. So up goes Beard in the meantime. Disruption in Welsh ranks, playing with 14. Brady removed from the field of play, but they are bearing down on the try line, and this is looking good. It's looking good for Lake. Now the question, have Fiji folded themselves underneath?
I want to check a potential foul play on the far side.
Yes, Luke, so you want to check potential full play by 8 white.
A deliberate collapsing on the maul. Could you show me the footage, please?
This is going to be yellow card penalty try, I think.
I'm showing
At the moment, Wales are in such a good position here. Now have a look at number 8. Just gets under the ball.
From an offside position.
To score try.
Clearly.
So it will be a penalty try and yellow card against number 8 white. Happy?
Agreed.
8. Number 8, the captain.
Elia Thanakaivata will be shown yellow.
What's the problem? You are from the side, you tackle the player in the maul, you prevent a score try, it's a yellow card and penalty try.
7 points banked for the Welsh, and Fiji reduced to 14.
The maul working really well for Wales, and it came again from another middle third penalty that Fiji gave away. That's how Wales get their entries, it's not through line breaks. Look at Archie Griffin, Wales 3, that's the front of the maul. Number 8 comes right in behind him, straight on Derry Lake ball carrier. He has to hit Griffin to be legal, but he knows if he does hit Griffin, it's not going to be enough. You're always better off hitting Griffin and letting the try score remain with 15 players. He's cost his team now a penalty try, and he's off for 10 minutes. But it's good recognition from Wales. They go into the maul, which is strong.
14 aside. Plenty of space on the field.
Hold in front!
And Tomas Williams just gives it a bit of a thump to relieve some pressure from inside the 22. Not a great deal of distance on it.
But an opportunity Fiji, getting the ball in their hands. Discipline's really costing them. It's 5 penalties. Last week that was 2 yellow cards, 3 yellow cards. And 100 minutes of rugby is very difficult to win any test matches with that disciplinary record.
And that ball from the Fijians is strong, and we know Joshua Tuisova has all of that power to punch through the line. So too Ikanaveri.
Ball there.
Muntz looking for the short line, and Ben Thomas was waiting for that alongside Max Llewellyn. Randrandra.
Available. Step back.
Backwards in the eyes of the ref, but a scrambling Welsh defence making life very, very difficult. Ngolo seeking out spaces and happy to take on everybody, seemingly. Mayathalevu. No way through the midfield. Once again, Thomas with the tackle. Rowlands looking to affect the jackal.
Hello, the access!
Winnett. Randrandra's onto him. And he's flattened him. Referee happy with the challenge. Winnett was dropping all the time as the tackle came in. Beard, nice handling between the two locks. This is Rowlands.
Oh, there. Use it 9. Step him back. Step back.
Muntz claims it well. Good competition for that aerial challenge. This is Tawaki. A little fumble from Lamani.
Want to check
Wales.
something?
Fiji
Okay.
earlier in the game.
Okay, we have a tempo check.
Well, this is
For
Randrandra
potential foreplay on the last rack.
on
Go
Cam
to
Winnett.
the line. Okay, I'm ready when you are.
A tackle which in real time the referee was happy with. Oof.
He's gone.
That's
Okay. Clear contact. Agree?
Yes,
It's
we
a
have
full
made
play
contact.
because the tackler is upright. He meets the yellow card threshold. And our free review. Number 11, white, that's right? Yeah. And could you give me the mark after that, please, Eric?
Semi Randrandra, one of the stars on display here this afternoon,
11. And captain.
is about to be dispatched.
Okay. Yeah, it's dangerous tackle because you're upright and you touch the head, so it's a yellow card threshold. And our field review.
And that review could be very interesting also.
That's going to be a red card, Ali. There's no mitigation. Clear line of sight, upright.
I suppose the only
It will
mitigation
remain
is
a
that the
yellow
height at
card,
which
not high degree
Winnett
of
is
danger.
already at,
Okay.
almost upon gathering the ball.
Captain. Captain, please. Captain. Captain. You have a first decision for the first TMO check.
Yeah.
It's remain yellow card because not high degree of danger.
Oh, the tackle on set.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's Tommy Raffel's yellow card, remaining a yellow, so he'll be back with us
10 meters?
before too long.
Okay. Yeah, it's a mark, yeah.
And the two Fijians are under review
High
currently.
tackle, 11 white.
Elia Thamakaivata and Semi Randrandra. So Thamakaivata will remain a yellow. It's Randrandra that the Fijians need to be concerned about. Bit of a wobbly delivery from Dewi Lake, but the drive is good. Fiji, remember, at the moment playing with 13 men, and the Welsh looking to capitalise.
Same ball.
Still they drive onwards. Fiji
There is a
off
shift
the hook for
call,
the time being.
and the ball carrier was not in front. Obstruction.
Initially, it was a good maul from Wales, and it is still 7v7, so they probably shouldn't have this much dominance. Reffell's still not on the pitch, and Fiji aren't at full complement, but Wales break off down the other side, which is deemed to be, if it's the same maul, it stays like this, it's fine. But if you break off and somebody's in front of the ball carrier, which is Dewi Lake, it's obstruction. So probably the maul was going too well for Wales, so when it spills off right, you just go with that momentum, because there's not much force against them. It's almost a tricky one for Dewi Lake to be in. But Fiji really need to start muscling up in this maul, because Wales getting so much from it.
So to cheer the Welsh coaching staff for sure. Nasila Sila
By white.
gets it away to Salawa. Omani. To Eroni Maui.
Now it's backward.
Muntz to the line. Lots of red shirts everywhere, but he's found a hole. Caleb Muntz, what's stepping, and great acceleration. Now the power, he's got all the way. Incredible momentum. Has somebody got an arm in underneath that? Blair Murray doesn't think so. The Fijians are convinced it's a score, and Caleb Muntz has pulled a rabbit from the hat.
When we're not reviewing yellow cards, the game's actually quite decent. Muntz, what a break, steps inside a couple of times, and then he just backs his pace. Big left arm, and then uses the grease on the surface to get his way over. This is the point where he knows it's a foot race. Big left arm, and he manages just to get the ball down there. That's your try, and that is the response that these lads here in the bin are so grateful for.
So a brilliant score.
Yeah.
And a decision pending on Semi Randrandra, which I think most Fijian supporters will be gravely concerned about. Muntz pops over the conversion.
I have an answer from the bunker. The incident has been upgraded to red card, high degree of danger and no mitigation.
Okay. Captain, please. The yellow card against number 11 will be upgraded. Is high degree of danger and no mitigation. Okay?
Semi Randrandra has his yellow upgraded to red, and that will be a 20-minute spell that Fiji will not be able to replace him.
Turn back on.
Randrandra himself will not be allowed back on the field, but somebody will be able to come on in lieu of him. Will be on round about, well, probably right at the start of the second half by my reckoning. That yellow shown on 22.
Thank you.
And Tommy Russell is back. We're talking an awful lot about the comings and goings and the yellows and the reds.
This has to be red. When you get a clear line of sight, when its body height hasn't changed, so you have to adjust. So I think that's a good decision.
Anscombe, Wainwright. Wales showing excellent power in the carry at the moment. Sharp work, pops it over the top, that's just floated fractionally forwards in the eyes of the referee.
Yeah, I told you.
So just a couple of minutes for Elia Thana Kavata. Can at least move back up to 14 men.
I think it's an interesting talking point, because I bet there's fans at home saying, no, that's not a red when it was dipping down. We've got to ignore what's happened in the past and look at player safety moving forwards. And I think you're right, Hugo. I'd love to see Randrandra stay on the pitch because he's box office, but when you've got no one blocking you and you've got time to think about what you're going to do, you have to be more careful for the opposition player not make head contact, and that's where we need to make strides in the game. So love to see him stay on the pitch, and that would have stayed on maybe a year or two ago, but I do agree that is the right call looking at player safety.
Quite simply, you can't sprint 30 metres and smash someone in the head.
Bring your feet closer, okay?
You just
to
can't.
stay up. Quick reset, same mark.
Interesting that the Welsh fullback
Quick reset.
has not required a head injury assessment. Seemed like a fairly hefty blow.
Crouch!
He did take that very well. To Cam Winner's credit, he took that ball very well, knowing he was coming right for him.
So the Fijians, remember, still playing with 13. Muntz drives them into the 22, and here is Winnett.
Retreat!
From the back. It's a fine kick, and it's a good chase as well. Muntz to the air.
Retreat wide! Stay on backward.
Picked up by Plumtree.
No feet.
Anscombe looking for territory from the halfway. Finding Golo. Scored a length of the field try a couple of weeks ago for Toulon, and Wales will know all about that. Here he comes. Big shot from Gareth Thomas.
Please. Hold there.
Munce's clearance is strong.
He's doing a very, very good job. There's been a couple of searching kicks from him. He's trying to get this balance between letting Vainikolo just sprint around the pitch and do his thing, but then having a strong presence in 10 just to go, everyone relax, we're in a test match.
So Fiji have one of their men back. Their number 8 is returning, Elia Thanakavata. 15 on 14, as it will remain until the early part of the second half, I believe.
Yeah.
Fiji possession here.
Yeah.
Dewi looks uncomfortable. He's been very, very busy, isn't he? The carrying, already 10 carries to his name.
Yeah.
Sam, we've seen a number of reviews. We've seen 3 yellow cards, 1 upgraded to red, and it's taken all the momentum out of this game, hasn't it? For Wales at home need to impose themselves a little bit in the next couple of minutes, don't they?
No, I agree. It does kind of kill the momentum of the game. I know we're trying to speed up the game, but I like these decisions to still try and be quicker, so we can just get the game going, get the game flowing, keep the crowd engaged in what's going on. The ref cam works brilliantly. You can't really hear it at TV, but the crowd are engaged and know what's going on. But just keeping that game quick and snappy like now is what keeps viewers engaged in the game.
Free kick from the scrum, and some sharp work from Winnett has allowed Blair Murray to make it to the 10-metre line. Anscombe across the face of the defence. Thomas on the carry, held by Caniveri. Anscombe, Thomas, and Winnett. Good option. Cracking grubber inside that Fijian 22.
That's excellent. I really like it. Wales have got some good, smart ball players and carriers, and there's a lovely combination of it. They're looking to play to the width, but then you've got someone like Cam Winnett that poses the running threat, a passing threat, and a really strong kicking threat into an area where they can now put a massive amount of pressure on Fiji. Or not.
Well, there available. Use it 9.
Thanakavata rolls onwards. And Lamani finds his fly half, who's going to provide a little bit of relief. All the way back up to the 10-metre line. Playing a canny game at the moment, Caleb Muntz. Only his 11th cap for Fiji. Missed the World Cup with a knee injury. Looks a very assured presence at the moment. And just bringing a little bit of order and control. The Fijians, of course, thriving in chaos, but they need that platform also. Lake, Williams, quick thinking. Anscombe, Winnett drives it onwards. This might interest Anscombe, but it's tidied well.
Yes, it!
Frank Lamani did a brilliant job just to cover that track there and get onto the ball, and that was important.
No.
Takes his time, not too much, and get this ball off the pitch.
Sufficient pressure at the base of the scrum that Muntz has to clear from really deep. Very, very tight to his goal line.
Win it again with another search and kick. Keeps this one in play, Lamani. You see there, top of the screen. Able to diffuse that threat. But for Wales, certainly had their lion's share of possession as well as territory.
Well, Beard's missed it, but so too the Fijians, and Lake has it now. Looked like it might have gone forwards.
Forward pass here. Yes. Back to the first knock-on.
Back we go. Just not quite the rhythm and the flow that we would have hoped for to this point. Obviously, the cards have played their part. 1 or 2 errors.
No.
Just preventing us from seeing a more rhythmical game.
I think Wales have recognised that, and you think back to the very first attack in set when they were sort of trying to power through Fiji. Fiji did well. They've almost recognised now when they get the ball, they're better off trying to kick into corners and play more of the territory game, and then sort of force Fiji into errors and trying to get back out of their 22-metre. Wales don't really want to play too many phases. Now they've got more of attacking opportunity they might do, but when they're in the middle of the pitch, happy just to kick, which they've done very well in behind the Fijian wingers.
Such a great opportunity of this here. Fiji, one man down in their back line. You look at that connection, Tomas Williams, Gareth Anscombe, Ben Thomas, lovely ball players there. I mean, this man, you'll screen Tomas Williams, been on fire this year. Then the threat of Llewellyn. Let's see what Wales can do.
Under the pump at the scrum, and the referee has rewarded Fiji for that.
3 red, Hangul.
That's gone against Archie Griffin, the 23-year-old tight head.
There's Maui on that loose head. He looks powerful there, doesn't he? If the scrum's going backwards like that, you don't give the referee much choice but to favour the dominant team. That's a big scrum for Fiji. Wales have put them in their 22 and have put them under pressure, but they get out critically, you know, a man down, getting out of their third, and now they've got a decent attacking opportunity. That's a massive scrum to relieve pressure.
It's a big old kick that drives Fiji to within sight of the Welsh 22. I think Sam Costello is playing on the wing now for Mason Grady. He's a fly half.
With a 6-2 split, this is the one I thought with Wales. If a winger goes off, if a centre goes off, 10 goes off, they got cover. If a winger goes off, that's when myself and Dan Big were trying to figure out who's going to play on the wing, and it's Sam Costello. It's going to be that's a tough ask for him.
Tuisova is held early by Ben Thomas, nice and low as well. Surely the only way. Caleb Muntz sweeps to the right, and Naifalevu's on his shoulder.
Here for me.
Amani, Tuisova. Wales doing an excellent job on the inside centre for the moment. Deciding to shut down his airspace. Tawake on the carry. Fanakavata. Muscular carry inside the 22. Bainangolo looks to go wide, and Duranalangi is held. Good read from Blair Murray, up really fast, but Fiji again seeking out opportunities, and Karawalevu is cut down. Welsh defensive line looking pretty solid at the moment.
Play on, up and play.
Fijians so skilled at figuring out where the space is, though. All that sevens, all that wonderful handling. At the moment going nowhere. Wales pressing them back behind the gain line. Muntz swallowed up in the tackle.
I'm not sure that touched the head. Eric, if you have anything.
The Canaveri.
So Fiji keep hold of the ball. This will be their 14th phase, but how much pressure they put Wales under. Look, Wales are hunting them down. Fiji, with all their individual brilliance, kind of been slightly suffocated. They've gone nowhere now for 15 phases.
Masila Sila goes to ground, and the red shirts will be thrilled with the way they're handling this at the moment. Opportunities potentially on the ground. They've come off their feet here, Wales, and Fiji have the penalty should they want it. Karawalevu. Feels like just a few too many individuals having a dart, trying to do it by themselves at the moment from the Fijian perspective.
No advantage.
Completely agree, Ali. Fiji lost shape, but as you mentioned, Hugo, so many times just went very individual.
One here for crawling on the counter rack, and one. Yeah, the same way. It's pretty close. Thank you.
So an option to the post. Muntz is looking to the corner though. And these are big moments with Fiji still a man down. 3 minutes to half-time. And a thoughtful Mick Byrne, knowing that a score here really changes the dynamic.
We haven't seen Tuisova get into this game, really. I'd love to see him now get the ball. Wales is 22, their most powerful player. They haven't really sent him up yet.
Advantage.
Line-out ball is secure, and Akanaveri is trying to get Tuisova in on the action. There he is, muscling forwards.
For red.
Muntz, a short line from Nyatalevu, changing the angles. Quick ball for Fiji.
No advantage, knock on there.
It's gone forwards.
Back to the penalty.
And back we go for the previous penalty.
Fiji have really tried to impose their power game. You mentioned Tuisova, and I thought that was a brilliant line of running that he used. But what I would consider, Fiji are currently using one pass plays, one pass to 9, one pass to 10 over the top. But Wales are muscling up to all of that. I think they need to go 2 pass play, try and get a little bit wider. Sam Costello, who's out of position and he's 5'8", he ain't the most physical lad. Make this lad make tackles, and he's currently not made a single one. He doesn't look like he's loving wanting to make a tackle right now.
Here come Fiji through the middle, trying to get it done with the heavies here. Forget the width. This is all about the muscle power, and Wales have conceded a penalty try. Luke Ramos quick on the whistle. The Welsh bringing down that driving maul, and that is 7 points in the bank for the Fijians, and they move in front.
Okay. Okay. Time off. We want to check.
Wouldn't you know it?
A potential shift and drive at the beginning of the
line out, yes.
Of the line out.
Yes.
Okay. Show me the mark. Show me that, please.
An infringement at the line out.
Okay. That's clear.
Yeah.
The Reaper don't stay attached
Exactly.
to the jumper and go ahead on the lifter.
Yes.
Straight. So it will be I will disallow the penalty try and come back for penalty against a shift drive.
Agree.
Happy? Captain, please.
Let's hear the explanation.
There is a clear shift drive at the beginning. The Reaper don't stay attached to the jumper. He go straight on the lifter, so it's obstruction against your team. I will be back on the penalty against you.
Well, that's huge. The Fijian try chalked off, Sam.
Yeah, on that replay, it's Fiji 3 Tawaki, who is quite far ahead of the maul, who takes out a Wales player at the front of that maul. He's got to be attached to the current Fiji maul, and then they can roll it round. But on his own, he just takes a player out right in front of, quite far in front of Fiji. Chalked off. Wales let off the hook.
Super, Eric.
Into the final minute of this disjointed first half, and Anscombe's given them plenty of distance.
Ali, number 3 there, right at the front. He just takes out Gareth Thomas. I didn't see that first time. He nearly got away with it. On that replay, you can see it. It's well picked up by the assistant referees.
One more attack from the Welsh, potentially. Rowlands claims it for those in red.
Stop one. Through the middle. Use it now.
Here's Wainwright.
Use it 9. Step, step.
Plumtree.
Use it
like
9.
The Welsh are pretty keen to just run that clock down. Williams is waiting, and Anscombe takes us to the break. It's been scratchy. It's been lacking in fluency, but Blair Murray has got his first try in the Welsh shirt. Wales have been awarded a penalty try as well, and they lead by this narrow margin. Caleb Muntz has scored all the points for Fiji. 40 minutes, if we're honest, dominated largely by the officials. Half-time, Wales 14, Fiji 10. To preserve the integrity of the competition, the 20-minute red, in case you were wondering what it's all about. Trying to make sure there are 15 against 15 for the most part. That's the logic behind it all.
It certainly is. A lot of the foul play in inverted commas we see are often mistakes. So, to give an example, in the Gallagher Premiership, only twice has a red-carded team gone on to win. So we want people to be engaged, protect the contest, and that's exactly what we've got on our hands here.
Wales with this slender advantage, just 4 points. 2 tries, the penalty try and the
Take
Blair
him back.
Murray score. And Tomas Williams sending it up again to be challenged. Murray didn't gather it. Wanangolo frees up those arms, and on goes Duranalangi. So dangerous in those 5-metre channels, Fiji. Now they're going to open it up on the other side. Ikanaveri. Tuisova. Fiji haven't really been able to involve him properly in the way that they might like. He's so destructive, of course, over the years from the wing, but as a target man, it hasn't been that effective so far this afternoon. Plenty of time left, of course. Here he is again. Tawake.
Yeah.
And a penalty advantage, a full-blown penalty.
But offside. Okay.
Yeah, Tommy Reffel legal, just deemed offside, we can hear from the referee.
Captain.
Wales doing well to double tackle and challenge that ball so they can't get offloads. It is stunting Fiji's attack.
The red card is a 20-minute red card. Yes, sir. So it's coming up now. Yes, sir. No, offside. 14.
So Sorelli Mangala is on for Fiji, and they have a full complement now. Mangala plays his rugby with Bayonne. He's actually the leading try scorer in the top 14 this season. 8 tries, so a man that the Welsh
14.
need to be very wary of. In the meantime, Muntz
13.
has the opportunity to cut the deficit to just 1. Just enough curl on it from Muntz. He's having a very influential match this afternoon. Wales 14, Fiji 13.
I'm glad they've taken the 3. The thing with Fiji, which is good today, is that they know they have to stay within arm's length of Wales. If they can stay within a score, we know with the players Fiji got, they can just turn nothing into something. And we'll probably see that at some point in this second half. They never want the game to drift beyond 7. They can stay within 7. As a Welsh perspective, you always know that threat is always there, and Fiji are always going to be in the game.
Use it.
I think I might just have spurred Josh Tuisova into life. He's made about 10 metres with 4 men hanging off him then. A lovely break here from Winnett, beyond halfway. Wales in possession. Gareth Thomas, little tip on.
Yeah.
Anscombe.
Good contest.
Big old contest. Blair Murray is after it, and he secured the ball very effectively. Griffin. Beard. A little bit wider than perhaps the Fijians were expecting. Here's Wainwright using Thomas. Deep inside that 22. Wales coming forward to excellent effect at the moment. Anscombe, that look forwards from Tomas Williams. Ben Thomas goes to ground. They're 5 away. Griffin on the carry. A little bit of support, but driven back by Ronnie Maui and friends. Rowlands. Tiny bit of footwork buys him another metre or so, but the Fijians win turnover ball. Outstanding.
It's some really good defence, but Will Rowlands fight a bit more. 5 metres out, knowing that Fiji are on their goal line and they're going to try and spoil your ball. The way in which he collapses to the floor and makes it a contest. When you're only a few metres away, you have to fight, stay on your feet, be better in contact just to mitigate against the threat that Fiji will show at that breakdown there.
So a couple of new figures about to appear. Nicky Smith will come on on the loose head
Okay,
for Gareth Thomas. And Jack Morgan is preparing for battle as well. Rowlands is being patched up.
He's his partner. No, nothing. Okay.
Jack Morgan
Fiji
will
3
replace
subs.
Tommy Raffel. Kieran
Fiji
Asarati on at tight head for Griffin. And Elias at hooker as well. So a whole new front row deployed by Warren Gatland.
I never quite get why coaches wait 3 or 4 minutes into the section. Do half time, or I don't know.
This is the moment as far as Warren Gatland is concerned. Really fascinating times for Warren Gatland, with Welsh rugby as ever in a very perilous position. He's developed and he's exposed a huge amount of youth over the course of the last year, fast-tracking the next generation. He's used 13 uncapped players across 2024.
21, thank you.
But I think there's a call now for
21.
settled selection, Sam.
Yeah, the crowd are giving Jack Morgan a lovely welcome back onto the field. Hasn't played for Wales for quite some time, since the World Cup, where he was Wales' best player, was magnificent. He's a welcome sight back. Archie Griffin walking off there. I think he's had an excellent afternoon as well, carried very well. So is that man, Dewi Lake. Dewi Lake and Archie Griffin, really like those two lads. They've had a good afternoon.
So Jack Morgan on the field and assuming the captaincy now as well, with Dewi Lake departing. He's had knee troubles, he's had hamstring troubles, couldn't train last week with a side strain, we understand, so a welcome return, a class act. Somebody who'll be threatening for the Lions tour, you would expect, next summer. First carry here for Elias, a meaningful one as well. Anscombe, Llewellyn, Winnett. Plumtree, held by Mayana Vanua.
No hands!
Elias to Thomas, and Costello gone down. Unfortunate. It was building quite promisingly. There's a big old disruption, the Mason Grady exit early on, with a 6-2 split on the bench, as you mentioned, Sam. The options very, very limited. I know teams plan for potential situations, scenarios like this. Nevertheless, how many times would Sam Costello have been deployed on the wing?
I can't remember it, you know. I can't even remember him playing like 15 much, even at Scarlet's level. And Mason Grady in shot there, you know, he would have been a primary ball carrier for Wales. You look at Fiji's back line, they've probably got 4 guys who can give them really good punch off first phase, off set piece. Wales now probably only got Max Llewellyn, so it does limit them a little bit. Ben Thomas can carry somewhat. Max Llewellyn's the only real power player to send up on a first phase, for example.
Romani whips it out to Silva. Put on its way by Mangala, and here's Muntz looking to bring in Maestalevu, but no, he goes himself, dragged down by Ben Thomas by the shoulder. Lamani, quick ball for Fiji.
Tackle now.
Can't quite get that offload away. Tuisova might not need the offload. He's going to wrestle his way to the 22. Mangala. A bit of space opening up for Ikanaveri. Romani to Muntz. Again, through the gain line. Fiji on the front foot. And rewarded with the penalty.
Caleb
You're on
Muntz.
the way and you prevent the clean out.
What a game he is having. I mean, whether it's through the middle or out wide, connecting, kicking all of his points, he's been electric today. This is really nice, but I love his first to want to stay involved in the game, so picks up a second touch here.
Hobson.
Lovely pump.
Shot call.
This is just over the shoulder here, and then he finds himself back into another position where he's carrying through the middle. And he's been very good off the tee. I mean, it's currently Wales 14, Muntz 13. And he's going to look to add another 3 points to it. He is the sole reason as to why Fiji might be heading into the lead at this point in the game.
Next time. Thank you.
Fiji in front. A nervousness all around the Principality Stadium. It really is a big day for Welsh rugby.
New captain.
They've never beaten the Welsh in Cardiff, Fiji. And remember, 7 out of their 14 meetings have been decided by 7 points or fewer. It is invariably very, very tight. And this is huge for Warren Gatland today. Australia and South Africa next. No win in 2024. So important that they launch their campaign here today. Get the win here today, otherwise they're going to be mighty difficult to come by. Mangala, brilliant offload. Driven up by Duran Alangi. And Fiji so good when flooding through the channels. Moving the point of attack. Muntz again finding space where there really didn't seem to be any. Nicky Smith with the tackle for Wales. Lamani to the air, and Winnett does well.
Ball there. Hold in front.
Lamani.
Come back. Retreat right.
Muntz on the chase, and Winnett has a little bit of time, but he's cut down low. Williams.
This is
Smart
excellent.
option. It's a 50-22. It's going to be a Wales line out. And that's just one of the reasons Tomos Williams is rated so highly. Game management.
It's got to be one of the best nines in Britain and Ireland at the moment. I thought it was exceptional in the Six Nations last year, flying in the Gallagher Premiership. Perhaps the best player in the league at the moment. And that game control was Fiji trying to break it apart. One decent kick and very good field position now for Wales.
Elias sends it on its way, and Max Llewellyn is sent on his way, crashing up the middle. Wales assemble hard to the left. Big numbers, and Ben Thomas has dropped the ball. Was that forwards? It was. Blair Murray thought he was away. But a handling error in the midst of it all. Agony for Warren Gatland.
Okay, but there is a forward pass for me.
It's a real shame Ben Thomas, who orchestrated the first try. But when you have a look at this angle and the space that Wales preserved, oh my word, it's a 3-on-1.
Sit closer.
That's why Warren Gatland has got his head in his hands. Could really get a sense of pressure, disappointment. There's such a desperation because of the poverty of their performances this year that something like that has an extra sting to it, doesn't it, Sam?
Well, that's it, and Fiji conversely looked suddenly way more comfortable ball in hand. Now they're in the lead. Wales, their last 2 attacks now they've had in this second half have just been handing errors. It's almost like they've lost a little bit of confidence. They've been rattled a little bit by Fiji crawling their way back into the game. And where Wales were so clinical in the first half, great ball skills, that's just dipped off second half.
You just remove the flap?
You can feel the nervousness as well here, Sam. A lot of anxious Welsh supporters. They've been starved of success. This run that the Welsh have been on, very regrettable, but there have been good mitigating reasons. We've spoken about the experimentation, the drafting of the youth, but the union as a whole, with Nigel Walker, the CEO, under pressure. There is a story almost every week surrounding Welsh rugby that doesn't paint it in the best of lights. It's a very, very difficult time, this.
Yeah, it is. You can imagine in Wales, people like listening and hearing about what's going on in rugby, and everything that happens in Welsh rugby is under the microscope at the minute. And that's why you feel they just desperately need to get a win, just to get that monkey off the back. There's a lot of nervous fans. Credit to the 50,000-60,000 who turned up today, but this game still would have been a sellout going back a few years ago. It just shows a little bit of confidence has been lost in the Welsh Rugby Union from the general public.
Well, they're trying to turn up the heat at scrum time, and Fiji just about doing enough to scramble their way to the 10-metre line. The clearance, needless to say, from Muntz is very, very strong, but the scrum just looked as if it was creaking a little, and nobody in Wales wants to see this man down.
Yeah, is it
Friendly
15
fire
days?
from
Land on him?
Tane Plumtree as
No foul play.
Thomas Williams come firing across.
Forbes, why are you forward so clumsy?
Time off, please.
Honestly.
You're blaming Tane Plumtree, I guess.
Yes.
I don't think he can stay on there. I'm not sure what's happened. If it's anything through his head, then we're definitely not going to see him, given the behaviour he's displaying. Look, great commitment for Thomas Williams to charge it down, but it looks like he's banged himself on the back of the head, so unlikely that we're going to see him for the next minimum 7, likely 12 days.
I'm not sure it was a head. I thought he caught him kind of in between the shoulder blades.
Yeah. It's uncomfortable either way, but it's almost an illustration of the lack that Wales have been having. Probably your most energised player, in-form player, and he gets taken out by one of his own players. So we hope that he's okay.
Look at that, he's testing his shoulder now, so that's what the docs are looking at. Just check he's got enough power to carry on playing. If he's really weak in that position, he's going to be taken off. So they'll make that call now.
So we had a brilliant game yesterday, didn't we, at Allianz Stadium, Twickenham. I thought Marcus Smith was sensational. But Caleb Muntz today, as an individual, and how he's carrying his team, whether it be territory, the try he scored, the conversions and the penalties, and he's putting in a shift defensively as well. An outstanding player.
You can hear that audible relief from Welsh fans here, with Thomas Williams able to take his place beside this line-out. And it's Plumtree who did the damage, who claims the ball, and the drive is good. Elias and Beard. Fiji infringing. Penalty given up here. Anscombe to Thomas. Anscombe on the loop. Into the 22, but Vainagolo will gather it in. And they'll be brought back for that penalty. So, question to answer here for the Welsh. They have a crack at the sticks, they pump it into the corner, Sam.
That's a big line-out throw from Ryan Elias. Fiji threw a player in front of the Welsh jumper and behind. If Wales win that, you know you're in, because Fiji have got 6 players involved in a lift or a jump. So Wales secured that ball, then they can assemble men around that ball and get the momentum going forward. It's a great line-out from Ryan Elias. He hit his darts really well there. Just need to match it up now in this 22-metre. This is when it really matters. They built for the penalty. Now is when you need to deliver. The last 2 attacking sets, Wales have failed to get that final pass to stick. Can they show the accuracy now?
Well, Anscombe has put them within range. Probably could have used a few more metres, a little bit tighter to that 5-metre line, but great opportunities. Elias picks out Beard on this drive, which the Welsh have drawn dividends from when they've got it moving here this afternoon. Begins again. Still with Elias. Ronnie Maui staying in there. Out comes the ball. Thomas. Huge tackle from Naithalevu. Massive shot. And Wales retreat in a hurry. Williams again driven off the ball, this time by Mangala. That's another penalty. Williams is away. Not standing on ceremony, the Welsh scrum half. He knows now is the time, now is the moment. Rowlands unable to get moving, really. They are on that 22-metre line. Elias again. Wales getting full value for money out of their hookers this afternoon on the carrying front, that's for sure. In behind Anscombe. Oh, Thomas has missed it. Here come Fiji. And it's loose again, and Winnett pops it over the top to Costello.
Gatland's got his head in his hands. Naithalevu had his shoulder in the middle of the chest of Fiji here. How about this? That is timing, absolutely superb. And Anscombe, his ability to be able to read the play, see what's at the line and that threat, push off. We've seen some illegal tackles, but you can be physical and you can be legal. That is perfectly executed there.
That is where 13 earns his money in defence. That is when they read that one shot. That's a massive momentum-changing shot. 8 dominant tackles from Fiji. That's what's kept them in the game. It's allowed them to compete on the floor as well. But Nyatalevu's had a difficult time at Sale to start his season. Right back showing the sort of defensive form he showed in the World Cup last year. Great shot.
Don't often talk about Fiji's defence enough, but that was a line out on their 5-metre line. Now they're up to the 40, looking to clear. Excellent defensive work.
Huge momentum shifter, that tackle for sure. Lamani breaks. Muntz sends it out for Karawalevu.
Here's it. Tackle! Hey! Jack. Use it, line. All there.
Winnett rides that challenge well, tries to force the ball back, and Welsh have committed sufficient numbers.
Not on the wall. Use it, line.
Each side just being a little bit cagey at the moment in the middle third. And Muntz is buried in the tackle. Romani feeds it out. I don't think the box kick tennis is really a Fiji speciality.
I think Lamani's been good this afternoon though in doing that. He hasn't naively forced his Fijian team to play. I think their kick chase could be a little bit better. They kick to compete.
Another huge tackle on Gareth Anscombe, and Fiji have got the ball and they're heading towards the 22, and they're beginning to feel it here. Driving on with Salawa.
Back to the advantage.
And that was I thought Fiji had been box kicking, which is the right decision, but their chase hasn't been great. That was what they wanted. That was perfect length. It was man and ball. They need to get Lamani to keep kicking like this. This is a good example. The one just before was slightly too long.
No, for me the timing was
but that timing is, maybe if you look at that Winnett's feet, don't just hit the ground. We're going to have a look at this. I think it's Wainakolo. Oh, it's Anscombe. He does well, Anscombe. That's quite experienced play, keeping his knees up.
That's okay. That's fine for me. Good timing.
It's good timing for everybody except Gareth Anscombe, who will be feeling his ribs, I think, in the morning. A couple of huge shots have come in on him in the last handful of moments. Change being made by Fiji in the front row. Hareti Hetet replacing a Ronnie Maui on the loose head side. There goes Maui, familiar figure to Gallagher Premiership viewers, plying his trade with Saracens, of course.
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Lamani breaks left, space opening up here. Nyatalevu clattering forwards, the offload is brilliant. Mangala's close, tries to roll, knows he has to set it up. Fiji assemble, out it comes. Thama Kaivata driven to the ground, desperate defending from those in red. These are the moments right here. Lamani, potentially a bit of width. Tuisova slips past one, slips past two. Joshua Tuisova makes his mark. Fiji driving towards the finish line with 20-odd minutes to play. And a little bit of clear water now.
Well, that was great ball skills from Fiji. Tuisova finally getting the one-on-one that he wants. Wales have managed to double up at him for the most part of this game, but he finally gets some space, and one-on-one, he's so difficult to defend. This is the box kick we're looking at. Get the ball back. I'm not sure why we're looking at that again, but this is great. They got the ball in the 22. Blair Murray vitally misses that tackle, but one-on-one Joshua Tuisova, he is so difficult. Wainakolo. Just listening to the referees, it's all clear, nothing's going to get pulled back. But it was Nyatalevu's offer, I thought, was the crucial moment of that. Just kept that attack flowing. They managed to keep the speed of ball, and Wales couldn't get into any good defensive shape.
8 Wales.
So this is where it all started from. Gareth Anscombe He wasn't happy about it because I thought it was an early tackle, but the finish here from Tuisova, I mean, when you talk about a mismatch and trying to create some of these field positions and one-on-ones, he is so powerful. I was man-crushing about his legs earlier because they're dynamic, they're powerful, deadly.
On comes James Botham and Chris Chunzer as well for the Welsh. Will Rowlands making way.
There's two good athletes on for Wales now. Botham and Chunzer, both dynamic, both great athletes. They're going to need to provide something, ball in hand, to help go forward in a defensive line for some collision. Need a big impact from those two, the Welsh team now.
Oh dear. Out on the full and fresh off the back of conceding 5 points. Ben Thomas has fluffed his lines on the restart, and that is a big old boost to the Fijians. Nervousness will begin to creep from the fans onto the field, and the Welsh will know that there are some very high stakes this afternoon.
It's quiet in here now. It's quiet. We've had the opening quarter electric, then we had the odd Mexican wave in between all the yellow cards and reviews, and that is almost a needle to a balloon, just taking the oxygen and the air out of this place. And it's kind of this reciprocal relationship, isn't it, between the players and the fans. The players really need the fans right now, but the fans are waiting for the players to do something about it.
Yes, it, please.
Such a proud rugby nation. So much wonderful history and tradition, but at the moment in a dark place and needing to find something to dig them out of this hole here.
Thank you. Retreat, white.
It's gone almost straight up in the air from Karawa Levu. It's a brilliant take.
Ball out.
Costello underneath that one. First carry from Jim Botham. Elias into Durenalangi. Tomas Williams sniping through the middle of the ruck. Fiji contesting, but they've come off their feet. They've given up the penalty. Chunzer to Plumtree. Anscombe. Thomas. Nicely done. Quick work from Costello. And Winnett drops it.
No advantage.
But back we come for the penalty against Fiji on halfway.
16, not supportive body weight.
It's good from Anscombe. Put them right in the zone. And they need this noise now. They need leadership, they need composure, and they need points.
Line Fiji. Subs, please.
Maybe it's time for the boss man to start prowling the touchline.
4 subs. Thank you. We'll organize that. Okay.
Thanks, good.
On you. Wait, please.
Making his way off. So Ellis Bevan is with us, but Tomas Williams stays at scrum half, and Max Llewellyn gathers man and ball. Williams to Costello. And it comes again. Costello once more. Thomas. Nice line from Winnett. 5 metres out from the try line now. Smith. Bundled backwards. Good drive from Morgan. Excellent leg drive. Stayed in the fight. Punched his way through contact. Costello now. Oof. Did so well to get that away. Winnett makes space. And in they go. Ellis Bevan. First time playing inside the Principality for his country. And he has scored a vital try. Life breathed into the Welsh challenge in the nick of time.
Jack Morgan's carry just before that creates a little bit of momentum, and then it's the back line connecting the dots, preserving that space, and then getting the ball into the hands of the people who can occupy it the best. That's the exact type of response that this crowd needed, that this nation, this team needed. Been really nervy up until this point. Massive kick now from Sam Costello.
Oof, just across the face. Wales remain 2 points shy now, but they're back in the hunt, and Warren Gatland's back in his seat.
This is Morgan's carry, what I'm talking about. How many players, 3, 4 around? That extra punch creates that space, and Ellis Bevan, his first touch of the game, brings Wales within touch and distance.
Which side? Thank you. For your league.
Made his debut for Wales in June against the South Africans at Twickenham. And the Cardiff man marking his first appearance here with a really, really important score. Both
Use it 9.
the bench
No, taken back.
being brought to bear to pretty good effect. 13 minutes remaining. Levu stopped in his tracks.
No.
Leave it, Petey. One.
Available. No. Step back. Use it 9.
Simi Kuravoli playing 9 now for Fiji in place of Frank Lamani. Tapped back by Chunza. It's fallen for Durangalangi. It's gone backwards, but Kuravoli setting off. Tackled by Plumtree. It's all a little chaotic, but it might just be the way Fiji like it. Muntz once again jinking through the traffic. Vothevothe for Fiji now.
Vante there. Back. Yeah. 5. You're in front of the catcher. Obstruction.
And that's gone against Adam Beard. It's from a long way out, wide on the right-hand side, 5 metres in.
Thank you.
Beard, the man who got bundled out of the way because he was seen to be obstructing.
Yeah, getting really good success on that box kick, particularly in their second half, Fiji.
Yeah.
Just when Wales are getting some momentum, they just put a pin in that balloon. It's a vital penalty for Fiji just to take another minute, potentially get 3 more on the board. They're going for gold and going for the corner.
Yeah, he's looking for that kind of banana kick. Muntz off the outside edge of the boot, just bending it into the 22 to set up this field position. And you really feel we're in the guts of it now.
It's massive now, isn't it, for Wales? Really got a front up. The driving maul actually has been relatively successful, hasn't it, Sam?
But this is where you look for your leaders now. This is where the coaches see which Welsh players are bold in defence, making the calls from a leadership perspective. Do they jump? Do they stay down? Who's going to have a big moment at the breakdown? This is where your leaders stand up in these moments where you're 2 points down, you're desperate to get the ball back.
What a drive this is from Fiji to within 5 metres of the Welsh line. Kuravoli wants it. He has it now. Through the middle they go. So close. Kuravoli waits. Mayala Vanua is to his left. Here's Sam Matavesi. Kuravoli tries to go aerial over the top.
No, finish now. Step back.
Everything on this, you feel. Hetet for Fiji.
Step.
They're tightly packed at the moment. Just Levu hugging this left-hand touchline. Wales putting everything they can into this defensive effort. They've knocked it on, Fiji. And a wave of relief all around the stadium here bodies on the line, and it's done the job. That pressure, that defensive pressure, just a little nibble at the ball.
Normally there's a sneaky intervention from a Welsh player there, but it wasn't. It just seems like a little bit of a lack of composure from Fiji. Just desperate to get that ball from the base of that ruck. Bit of a lifeline for Wales, still got a scrum to get out of. You think Fiji will throw absolutely everything at this Welsh scrum just to keep them pinned down in this half.
It's 9 minutes to go. The home nation so far, 3 matches against the Southern Hemisphere, 3 tight matches. We're yet to win one, but that's the challenge for Wales. 2-point deficit and a huge amount to play for.
days, 400 long days they've waited for a victory, the Welsh. Their last test win against Georgia in Nantes at the Rugby World Cup last October. Beaten thereafter by Argentina in the quarterfinals. The defeat that began this slide, began this unwanted run. They've secured the ball though, and they've managed to clear it away for a little bit of respite. What are you saying as a captain in this moment, Sam?
Territory's everything. You can't be naive. Look, it's still a long time in the game. Fans will think that clock is creeping down, 72. You just got to try and fight for territory. Try and creep up that pitch. Don't be naive and try and run it from your own half now, so you run into trouble. You got 3-4 minutes to get the 77 minutes to try and just fight for territory, get in the Fiji third, and then you got one chance to go for it. There's a good start.
Excellent work from Plumtree in the line out. They've stolen it from Fiji. And they'll look for territory. And Williams will give them that. It'll be taken quickly. And Karawalevu sets off. Skipping through the tackles. Straight off their feet at the ruck. Referee unmoved. Up she goes. In comes Winnett, measures this well and waits for the impact from Tuisova. Oh, the ball squirts out and away they come. Thring Mangala. Desperation from Wales again. Vothe is on the ball. And they have an advantage. Kuravoli feeds Tuisova. Bang! Off you go. Muntz spreads it wide. Fiji are in again. A stunning score. And everything that is good about the Fijians. The way they operate, the way they pounce, the moments they seize.
It's brilliant, but is that final pass forward? That would be what I'm checking. The lack of being able just to manage this here, but look how quickly the Fijians get into attack. This is excellent. And then moving the ball into really good space. The timing here from Tuisova, but this pass here, oh, that looks forward to me. It looks forward. Caleb Muntz has done everything right.
Goodness. It's going to be chalked off, and rightly so, I think. Just floated forwards out of the hand, didn't it? Tiny bit. Yeah, actually quite a lot. And Vuate Karawalevu will have to put his celebrations on hold.
Ollie, clear forward. Okay. Captain. Yeah. The ball swung forward.
So much drama.
But Fiji on penalty advantage, and they still get the penalty.
Offside, 5, never back.
And they're going for goal. They're going for goal to extend their lead from 2 to 5 with 5 minutes to play. They're going to bank some chips.
Wales caught offside. Just to mention Joshua Tuasova, he's had two. Well, this second half, they got him involved so much more. Two massive interventions. Great kick chase. That kick chase wasn't enough. He gets up and he fights through the contact to win the ball back with a great counter ruck. And then his fend to create the overlap for Muntz. I know they didn't get away with it, but it forces the pressure. He's been massive this second half for Fiji.
It's too late. No, he's not on the 50. He's there.
Muntz taking Fiji ever closer to a first win in Cardiff.
These are the moments that Fiji need to try and create 1v1. I tell you now, there's not many players. I think he's the single most powerful player and dangerous player one-on-one in World Rugby. Fiji just got to manufacture as many of those as they can.
Extraordinary fend.
Use it.
Just set it all up. And now there is a 5-point difference, and we're into the final 5 minutes. I think Thomas Williams got a hand on that. Thomas having to work really hard to feed this back.
No hands.
Here's Nicky Smith. Costello. Both of them. He's done really well. Front foot ball here for the Welsh, but it's slow. Plumtree, Costello, Winnett, using Murray. Fijians all around him. Beard. How much more can the Welsh muster from here? Thomas finds the width, finds Murray. He can't find that inside channel. And a friendly teammate. The ball is back with Fiji. And now they've got 3.5 minutes to try and control things.
Fiji now, in terms of tempo, got to play the game at their pace. They're in control of this pill, they're in control of the scoreline and the current result at the moment. Caleb Muntz has been such a calming presence. Get air on this ball, kick it as far as you can. And the challenge now to Wales is, can you score from 70 metres?
Sharp work from Winnett. Morgan beyond halfway, full of resolution. Long way to go here for the Welsh. Azirati, the provider. Thomas tries to get it away. Tuasova's after it, hacks it forwards.
Same challenge. Can you score from 80? 2.5 minutes to go. Warren Gatland, his coaches, his players, they're all feeling the same emotion right now.
You just nailed it, Hugo. This is where Fiji have changed. They haven't got carried away. They won possession back and they went to the territory game. That's where Fiji is different to Fiji teams that might have naively tried to play in the past. They keep putting the pressure back on Wales and asking them to try and get back up the pitch, and they've managed the second half very well.
Just maybe the comfort as well of that chemistry. So many of them playing with the Fijian Drua in Super Rugby. That understanding, that belief in each other. Karawalevu trying to run his way out of trouble. He might just do that. Straightens well beyond the 10-metre line. Big competition over the ball. Morgan not too far away. Wanagolo, most elegant of punches downfield.
Threw it up like a beach ball.
Here's Winnett. Wales approaching now or never time. 90 seconds to claw this 5-point deficit back. Costello, little tip on Azirati in the midfield. And the tackle made by Thanakaivata. Quick handling, finding a little bit of space for Bevan. That was high. And the penalty's been given up.
He's falling. Only PK. 18.
And it's gone against Koren Duandua. And Costello's gone hard at the line. He's dug it 10 metres inside the 22, and there are options here for Wales. Last chance saloon. No win in 9. 10 defeats would equal their worst run. 10 seconds remaining. Possession in the Fijian 22. Williams instructing. It's a good drive from the Welsh. Williams breaks. In comes Murray. Began the scoring for the Welsh. Plumtree has to keep it tight. Elias, it's gone forwards. Fiji have it, and they still want to attack. Clock in the red. The game is done. Not for Fiji. Hold on to the ball here, and it's all over. Kuravoli into touch. Game over. A landmark Fijian win. A historic first in Cardiff. And a result that plunges Welsh rugby into fresh depths. 10 defeats in a row. Still without a win this year. It's equalled their worst run ever. And the pressure now on Warren Gatland, immense. It's Fiji's day. And they've squeezed it by 5 points. Full time. Wales 19, Fiji 24.
What a game here at the Principality. Unbelievable show of character.